Hello everybody, it's been a full month since we've gone racing in Hungary back in January. It's the British Grand Prix. Welcome to the Leysdown Airport, which is home to the Leysdown International Circuit. It'll be 27 laps of racing here with 12 corners, 8 to the right and 4 to the left. The ominous turn 9 has been modified slightly to reduce the chances of skill issues our drivers may have. Being an airport though, the Leysdown International Circuit has very little elevation and is one of the flattest circuits on the calendar. We've got 2 DRS zones today on the run down to turn 6 and turn 10 for the drivers to gain an extra 15 km per hour down those two back straights. Britain has the 5th largest population in Europe of approximately 67 million, as well as having the 21st largest population worldwide. Great Britain is the country with the most wins in FRIL with a total of 10. Sogedic has 7 wins, while Romza, this season's championship contender, has 3 wins. So here's our starting grid for today's British Grand Prix. Ethan starts on pole position, followed by Jerri on the front row after those two finished first and second in the sprint earlier today. ASM starts on third for his debut for Williams, followed by Chris in Red Bull in fourth. Nee starts in fifth, followed by Outgut for Williams in sixth. Sivip will start in seventh for McLaren, followed by Pikachu in eighth for Mercedes. Dom will start in ninth for Alpine, followed by Romza in Lotus in 10th place. Razor will start in 11th after a pit start in the sprint race, followed by Evan for Lotus in 12th. Infinity will start in 13th, following Senna in 14th. BB Queen will be starting 15th, followed by Moto, who rounds out the grid in 16th. One, two, three, 4 and 5 red lights ahead of the drivers. It's lights out and away we go for the British Grand Prix main race, and Jerri gets a good start there. It's 4 wide going into turn 2 now for the lead of this race. Ethan was our pole sitter. Now he's not leading the race anymore. It looks like I think Jerri is moving up a few positions now. He's trying to get up into the lead. There's a Sivip I think as well in there. As now Ethan's lost about 3 or 4 positions I think in there. He's not had a great start there. As now it looks like I think there's Sivip trying to make his way up into the lead. Look at that, we've got about 5 cars within about a meter of each other. Sivip now leads the way. We've got about 9 tenths covering the top 11 at the moment, so it's extremely close out there in front. There's a car I think who lost control there a bit. That might have been a Williams car I think. It could have been ASM there. As now we're going barreling down this back straight. Look at this, about 4 cars side by side now entering the end of this first at the end of this middle sector. Jerri having a look on the inside of Outgut there. There's a Lotus car going wide in the background. I think that might have been Evan probably, or even Romza. So Romza's not having a good time out there. As now Outgut leads the way. We've got Jerri hot on his heels, as well as Nee now, who's trying to find his way through. Nee having a very poor entry though. That might cost him some time now, as Outgut is your race leader. Sivip in second, Jerri in third, Dom is in fourth. Ethan, our pole sitter, is currently in 5th place. Nee's mistake has cost him a bunch of positions. He's now down into 6th place, as Outgut is now under pressure from the Alpine of Dom. So Dom's looking very quick right now at the start of this race here, on these fresh tires and high fuel. So we'll see if he can maintain that right now. As going down this back straight, a bit of lag there, but it's okay now. Outgut now leading the way. Razor 3 tenths right behind Outgut now, so he's looking very fine out there as well. Started in 11th after the he started in 11th, so he's looking very decent right now here in the main race. He's right there with his teammate now. McLaren having a really good race out there at the moment. They're fighting for the lead now. I'm not sure which one it is. Sivip and Razor now literally neck and neck going into the final a bit of this middle sector now. Algard is trying to get the position back. It looks like, I think that's Razor ahead. Yes, Razor is the one fighting with Algard now for the lead of this race. We've got Ni and Cybit behind as well. Algard going very wide there on the entry. Might hurt his exit a little bit. As now going down this to the line. Razor is your new leader of this race. Algard right behind him with Cybit there as well. So it's a three-way fight at the moment. As Razor going a bit wide there, that might entice Algard to have a go, as well as Cybit. Cybit looks very laggy though out there, I have to say. As we go down to the back straight right now, let's see who's going to be able to get the best straight line speed. The two McLarens look like they're the ones who have managed to get the best exit though. Cybit looks like he's getting past Algard right now. Algard though just about keeping it ahead, but it's a 1-2 now on the board actually for the McLarens. So they're having the race of their lifetime. Their team boss Katsudon will definitely be very pleased with this if he were to see this. As Algard currently though, he's lost 2 positions in the past 2 laps. He's trying to get the position back on Cybit now. He's actually managed to do so, but he's lost a bit of time now as Cybit gets some slipstream from his teammate ahead. It's nothing between these two on the leaderboard right now, as they're both 2 tenths behind Razor currently, who is our race leader, as there's Dom as well trying to get past Ethan in the background there. Or rather, Ethan is trying to get past Dom. He's managed to do so in the back there. As you can see, Algard though, he's defending from Cybit. Oh, goes a bit wide. That might hurt his exit a little bit. I think Cybit's going to be able to get the move now. Oh, he hasn't yet actually. Cybit's dropped back now further 3 tenths behind Algard. Although on our screens, you can see he's right on the back there of the Williams driver. Algard trying to somehow get his way through here. As we enter the back straight right now, Algard having a very slow entry there, but he's got a decent launch now. He's trying to weave a bit, I think, there to break the toe. Cybit having none of it. Razor now weaving a bit, giving his teammate a bit of slipstream now down this back straight. It's 2 tenths now between the top 2, 3 tenths between the top 3. So it's very close out in front still after 5 laps right now. Behind we also have Dom and Ethan still at it. We've got Chris, Senna, Jerry and Ni in there as well in that fight. So it's very close between the top 3 as well as the top 9 or so. It looks like you can see the Razor is pulling a very decent gap right now, but he seems to always be losing out on those straights because of the DRS and the slipstream. That's helping the drivers behind to keep up with him at the moment. As we enter the end of this final sector and on to the next lap, the soft tires will be facing a bit of tire wear now, but it's definitely a bit too early to come into the pits right now. Although some of the drivers who are going to be on a soft medium strategy might be choosing to come in at the end of this lap, but they will have a bit of a long way to go in this race. Cybit now is under pressure from Dom though. Goes wide there. He's not going to have a good exit. Dom swooping down on the inside, trying to make a move through. He can't quite get it. Dom is actually on the medium tires, I think. Yes, it is. He's on the medium tires. Cybit is on the soft. So I think the soft tires might be already feeling it a bit there, as Dom's done very well actually to keep up with the podium, the leaders at the moment. He's only 1.4 seconds off on the slower compound. Cybit, you can see though, struggling a lot out there. He's now under pressure from, I think, Ethan right now, as Ethan and Chris both managed to get him. So Cybit's definitely struggling out there on tire wear a lot more than the others on medium tires. But we've got a very close fight right now between Cybit, Ethan and Chris, but I have to admit, I don't think Cybit's going to be able to keep up for much longer. Look at how much understeer he's getting. He's now under pressure from Ramza. Speaking of which, where is Jerri? Jerry's down in P11. It's not been a good race here so far for Jerri. He's out of the points right now. Started in 2nd place. He's under attack from Pikachu right now. And that's not ideal for him here, as Cybit now comes into the pits. So Cybit will probably be going on to a set of mediums, I would presume, in this race. It's definitely not going to be the hard tires, which are horrendous with the new update. There's Cybit now. Oh, very decent pit stop there. What tires he gone on? He's on the medium tire, as I predicted. Moto will probably be doing the same. He does switch to the medium tires, so he's going a bit longer in this race than those who choose to head on to another set of softs, I would presume. As currently your race leader, Razor, he's leading by 8 tenths to Algard. He's got a very decent gap right now, as well as Dom, who's dropped back a bit, although he is keeping pace with the top 2 running the soft tires. So that's not a bad race for him at the moment. Oh, sorry, actually, Razor's on the medium tires. didn't even notice that, but Algard is on the soft, so Algard's actually not having a great race right now. But that DRS is definitely helping him here. You can see he's closed the gap now, purple middle sector. He's managed to close the gap now to half a second as Romza. Oh, I was just about to say he's up into 4th place, but he's made a bit of a mistake there. Might have gotten a warning for that by the game there. Going a bit wide on the curb, but he's now he's gotten ahead of Chris now. So that's a solid recovery from Romza right now, who was of course in 10th place on the grid. As Algard, well, I was gonna say Algard got the fastest lap, but now it's Romza here, who's right on the back of Dom here. He's managed to close up with the slipstream here. So Romza's doing really well out there on his medium tires as well. He's managed to try and get ahead of Dom. It's still close together right now as we enter the back straight. Dom taking a much tighter line, but he's lost out on the exit. Romza sails through in his Lotus powered car, and he's gonna be up into the podium positions, and he'll be chasing after Algard and Razor ahead. He's got a purple first sector as well, so that's very solid for him now. He's gonna need to try and gain about 1.3 seconds though to get up to the back of the McLaren of Razor right now. Algard though, he's stretching these softs for a very long time. Though the DRS though is definitely helping him. You can see that rear wing flap opening up, and that's keeping him right now right within touching distance of Razor. He is 6/10ths back though, so he's lost a bit of time through that middle sector. It might be time for him to come in at the end of this lap, I think, at this rate. If he can't keep those tires out for much longer. He does stay out though, but you can see Romza's right back there though. Algard's definitely struggling a lot now on the one soft tires. Down this main straight now, the gap in front is remained at 6/10ths exactly. As Romza now sets another fastest lap of this race. He's now 1.2 seconds behind Razor. He's gained a 10th off Razor on that lap. As he's now going to be trying to pressurize the Williams driver of Algard right now, who is of course 4th in the championship, and actually I think now he should be about in 3rd in the championship as it stands, because Evan is really struggling out there in 8th place right now for his new team in Lotus. Definitely not helping him in his championship chances. A second now the gap to Algard from Razor. Romza's lost some time though. He's now 1.5 seconds off of Razor, so this is not looking good for Romza here, but it's still a long race to go, and those mediums will definitely be aging soon, as we'll watch to see the gap though. 8/10ths now the gap for Algard to Razor, so Algard's definitely been able to close up a little bit because of that DRS once again, and he's managed to actually pull a bit more of a gap to Romza. So I have to say Algard's doing a very solid job right now on those soft tires. He has to come in surely soon though. He's stretching those soft tires a long way though. Oh, so he's keeping up really well with the leaders on the mediums right now. Who knows, maybe he could even stretch those tires just as long as the mediums, and maybe possibly somehow do a one-stop in this race. Right, so now onto the back straight here. Algard will be getting a DRS from Razor, and as well as Romza, who will be getting the DRS. Now down this back straight, he's going to be closing, not quite enough though. He's just, it's actually only a second covering the top 3, so Razor's lost a huge amount of time there on that back straight. Maybe he was regenerating a bit of his ERS package, definitely not helping him though on that back straight. He's lost a lot of time. You can see though, Algard is so much closer. Even though he's on his one set of soft tires, that DRS is really helping him here. 4/10ths now the gap though. Romza trying to make a move now around the outside. Can he force one through on the outside again here? Algard trying to defend the position. Goes wide though on the entry, but he's got a cutback on the inside. He gets the move done back to getting ahead of Romza. There's just another bit of lag right now. As Algard is now once again your race in 2nd place. He's dropped back now 9/10ths though behind Algard. Oh, what's happened to Romza? Oh, he had a penalty. Romza had a penalty. He's now dropped back a huge amount of positions. That's a huge shame for the driver who was 2nd in the championship right now. Looking so good in this race. He's dropped back behind his teammate as well. Evan is currently now in 5th place. He's defending from Senna here. He's made a move on Senna, trying to get past now. Trying to get that move through right now. Oh, Cyber I think has disconnected actually, so he's gone out of this race now. I did say he was lagging a bit, so he's out of this one already. But at the moment, you can see in front now, Algard though, he's lost a huge amount of time. Look at that, 2.1 seconds now the gap. It's definitely time now for the medium tires for Algard, I would say, in this race. He's gone way too long in this race on those soft tires. He's not getting DRS either. You see though how much he's losing now to the cars behind who are on the medium tires, specifically Dom, who's closing up a huge amount now to Algard. And is he going to come into the pits? No, Algard is pulling some madness here. Is he going on a very aggressive one-stop? Of course, that might be an option, but I don't see how he's going to be able to pull that off. 2.4 seconds now to get from him to Razor, and he's managed to actually gain a bit of time on Dom. How is Algard even doing this actually? He is somehow pulling some form of pace out of the bag over Dom out there at the moment, as well as Chris, who is right on the back there. But behind you can see Romza and Evan side by side, their teammates now from this race onwards, going down this back straight. They're both in the slipstream from Senna. Pikachu trying to get in the mix though, as now it's going to be 210 separating the teammates now as we enter the end of this middle sector right now. These two are still very close on track. You've got Ethan in there as well, so Ethan now posted and not having a great time at the moment. He's out. He's in 10th place out there, not having a fun race out there. As at the moment we have Evan and Romza still about a few tenths apart. And actually, what's happened to Razor? How is? Oh, I think Chris might be lagging a huge chunk here. There's no way he's within 8 tenths of Razor in front right now. So that's definitely not ideal for Chris to be lagging this hard, as Alga now is into the pits as well as Nii. So this is going to be interesting then. So what is Alga going to go on? A set of medium tires. So is Alga going to the end of this race here? He's got to pull 16 laps on the mediums. That is not impossible, but I highly doubt that that's a viable strategy. Jerri as well, our championship leader into this weekend, is in the pits now. He's got to try and form some sort of gamble. He's on the soft tires now, interestingly. So he thinks that those soft tires are going to be quick enough to get himself back into this race surely somewhere. But we've got a huge fight right now between for second place. Look at this. We've got Senna in second place. We have as we've also got the Lotus cars, I think, of Romza as well as Evan in there. Romza's now actually at the front of this train. He's only 5 seconds off Razor now after that penalty, but he's now in second place. He's trying to hold off the huge gaggle of cars behind him though. He's got the Dom in there who's trying to find his way through, as well as ASM, who's actually done a fastest middle sector. There's an Alpine coming to the pits there. That was Dom. He's dived into the pit lane. Ooh, he hits the wall there on the pit entry. Evan as well is into the pits, as well as I think that's Pikachu behind, as ASM now is into second place. Oh my goodness, I think that was Romla who hit the curb. Who hit the sausage cup there. That was a huge moment for him. He's lost time now to ASM. And ASM now suddenly finds himself in second place. What showed decent pace in the sprint race, now finds himself in second place, trying to defend against Romza. He's got no DRS though, which Razor is definitely benefiting from that. As currently Ethan as well is in the mix there. He's in 6th place, but you can see this is how close it is right now. 2nd to 6th place is just this much separating between them, as Ethan now trying to have a look to try and get past Senna now down this back straight. He's gonna get DRS and the toe from him to see if he can find a way through. Actually no, Senna is the one trying to go for a move now on Chris here as we go down to the end of this lap now. He's right there ahead of Chris now, edging further ahead. Now he's gonna try to have him look down the inside. Can he force his way through on the Red Bull driver? Not quite yet, I think so, as there's a few cars coming into the pits. There's ASM, Romza as well coming into the pits. Ethan is also into the pits. I think they're all going to be coming in for a set of soft tires probably, and committing to the 2-stopper in this race, I think. We'll see as they exit the pit lane. ASM had a very solid pit stop. Romza having a very slow one there. He's lost a lot of time from that. He's on the soft tire. Ethan as well is on the softs. And there's Algard though. He's in front of all of them. You can see that ASM on the soft tire as well. ASM is trying to battle with Dom right now. For I think this is 5th place, I believe. So ASM is not in the worst position at the moment. Romza though is definitely not gonna be happy about that pit stop there from the Lotus team. He's lost a huge amount of time there. Evan though, actually, he's up into 5th place now, so the undercut seems to have really helped out here. I think actually at the moment, Algat is your net race leader here at the moment, but he's probably on a one-stop strategy, which I'm not sure about that, but he could be on the run to try and go to the end of this race right now. It's a long way to go though. 15.7 seconds behind Razor though. He is currently in the net lead once the top 3 come into the pits. There's Razor staying out again on those mediums. How long is he going to take those mediums into this race right now? Oh, Moto, he's gone off the track. He's not got damage though. So I think that might not be a safety car. His screen has froze, he says. So he's just a long way back in this race right now. As Evan now sets the fastest lap of this race here. But Senna is currently right behind, right ahead of Chris now. Chris is gonna be trying to make a move through. Senna weaving a bit to try and break the slipstream. Does so successfully because Chris doesn't follow him. 9.1 seconds though, the gap from Chris to Razor. So now this is not looking good for these two in terms of the gap to Razor here. And currently it's Senna who's in front, I think. Yes, he is. He's still just about ahead of the Red Bull driver now, weaving again to try and break the slipstream. He does manage to do it, and the gap is now 2 tenths between them. Alga though, he's actually gaining a huge chunk on them leaders at the moment. 14.4 is gap now to Razor. He's under pressure though from Evan. Evan the fastest middle sector, so he's don't count Evan out in this race. He could still go for a good result in the moment, especially with that DRS that's so powerful at the moment. As we enter the final corner now, Razor again staying out. This is very interesting out there in front to see how long Razor can hold on out there. But at the moment you can see the gap now 13.65 seconds between Outgut and Razor now. And it looks like Moto is peeled into the pit lane, so he's retiring out of this race. As we've got 11 laps remaining in this race. So the gap now out in front is, well, we'll have to wait a bit for the update right now. Crossing the middle sector line, let's see the gap now. It's 9.8 seconds behind. You can see Alga and Evan though battling away for 4th place now in this race. Oh, that was a really quick hairpin there from Alga though. And now he's gonna be trying to defend from Evan down this back straight again. Evan will definitely be getting a dose of DRS and slipstream. But you can see they're already catching up to the back of Senna and Chris here. So Senna and Chris are going really long in this race as well as Razor, so they're definitely on a one-stop at this point, I think. As Alga has gone on 2% by sectors. Romza behind, he's attacking ASM now, who's actually having a really strong debut right now for Williams, but it might be spoiled now by Romza, who's trying to go around the outside, now switches to the inside. Can he force his way through? Yes, he can. And Romza up into now 6th place. And make that 5th place because Senna is now into the pits, and he's out on another set of soft tires, so he's going to the end, I think, on that soft tire. As you can see though, Chris, look at how much he's struggling. He's just lost the position to both of the Lotus cars, and he's lost the position to ASM in that corner alone there. So I think the mediums are really falling off the cliff at this point. In terms of the tire wear. As Razor though, he's somehow still out there, 10.9 ahead of Alga. Not sure how Razor is keeping those tires alive for so long. He surely is going to be coming in at the end of this or the next lap. I would presume this lap though, because of how much he's losing out there on track. We'll see the gap, 10.4 now, so Razor's losing about half a second per sector now, and he's staying out again. Razor, how long is he going to take those medium tires? You can see how much slower he's going through that final corner though. As now Alga is under pressure from Romza here. Romza trying to get the move up into 2nd place. These are crucial points championship wise. Trying to force his way through. Can he barge his way through? Yes, he can. Romza now, with the new fastest lap of this race, goes up into 2nd place of this race. And ASM, the two Williams cars are now right behind him, as well as Evan, who's lost the position to ASM actually. ASM is actually on the soft tires, I forgot. So he's actually probably gonna have to come into the pits again somewhere in this race. As Jerri, I think, has actually just pitted again. He's on a new set of soft tires, so he's got a long way to go in this race though. He's just come out ahead of BB Queen, so not the greatest race for Jerri at the moment. He's definitely struggling out there for pace, as Romza now only 8.6 seconds off Razor. You can see that Razor just about finishing that that back straight now. Romza finishing his back straight. Let's see the gap now. 7.7. He's lost 9/10 Razor has in that middle sector alone. Going a bit wide there as well. Razor staying out again. Razor, he's doing a madness here if he makes this work. But he's gone so long in this race on that medium tire. Algard currently is battling with ASM now. ASM does get the move through, but he is going to have to stop again. So ASM's race is not going to be too great right now, I think. As Chris now finally coming into the pits, but he's lost 13.9 seconds to Razor already off those medium tires, which he'll definitely be happy to get rid of. And onto a set of soft tires to the end of this race. As Dom now is on the soft tires, so he's also going to the end of this race. There's no way though Razor is going to be able to come in at the end of this race. He's losing way too much time right now. 5.8 seconds the gap here to Razor from Romza right now. With the two Williams cars though, they're still fighting away for this third place right now. Since the start of this lap, down this back straight right now, they're once again just keeping so close together. The two Williams drivers are just inseparable at the moment right now, as they've once again had the exact same sector, middle sector actually, between those two. As we enter the end of this lap right now, ASM going down the inside on his teammate. These two though losing time for sure though to Romza, as now Razor comes into the pits finally off those medium tires. He's already lost so much time though. I don't know if he's going to be able to make this one back. As Romza now crosses the line, he takes the lead of this race. ASM and Algard will be right there, hot on his heels though. But at the moment though, Algard is your net race leader, but he's got to bring those medium tires an extra 7 laps into this race somehow from now on. And Razor behind is coming out on the soft tires as well. So it's a one-stop race for these two. We'll see who can pull it off a bit better right now. As Romza and ASM will definitely be coming in somewhere again in this race, likely in the next lap or two. So we'll see how they can pull this one off. Although interestingly, Ni is currently in 5th place, so he's having a pretty solid race right now. Alka somehow is leading the race now. I think there might be a bit of lag though on the leaderboard, because Romza, you can see he's fighting with ASM now for the lead of this race. Romza going a bit wide now to try and get a better exit, but can he do so now? ASM trying to go round the outside. I think ASM might have the move done and dusted here. Not quite, according to the leaderboard. He's still a 10th behind Romza now. As we go down to the end of this, to the turn 2 now. Algado somehow is leading again. I think that's definitely lag though, you can see, because Algado is clearly behind on our screens. So we'll see again though as we go down this back straight now. Romza, can he bring that Lotus car ahead? And yes, he can. It's 3 wide now going into the hairpin, and Alka is now leading the race on our screens, I believe actually. No, he's dropped back again now to 3rd place. It's 3 abreast again though. Alka though, he seems to be so laggy. His car is just teleporting sometimes ahead of the car. As now Romza is trying to get through. He's gonna have a bit of a hard time now. As we go now down towards the final few corners. Alga is clearly the race leader now. But he's got a long way to go in this race. ASM and Romza now coming into the pits. I think that was very last minute though from Romza there. He probably was swerving in there. As Ethan now comes into the pits as well. Oh, that's very early to close the window, but okay. Oh, ASM, what's happened to ASM? He's spun around in the pit lane there. He think he got the tire glitch there. Is he safe though? It looks like he is. Just about comes out on the track in a safe place. Chris now will be trying to get a move through. But Ramza, where is Ramza in this race right now? So Algard is there. Knee is currently in second place. Under pressure though from Razor. Razor, of course, on a fresh set of soft tires. Knee on his worn mediums. Goes a bit off the track there. Razor's going to be able to try and size up a move now on the Indian driver. Going down the back straight now. Razor side by side and now ahead of the Williams car, but the AlphaTauri driver. As Razor now moves up into second place. 6.5 seconds his gap to Algard. That's his task for today, to try and chase 5 seconds, as Chris has just disconnected from the server. So that's another driver falling foul to the disconnect there. So now Knee is coming into the pits here. So I think he might, that's very late though. I think that might be him forgetting that there's 2 tire rule, as now he's probably going to be onto a set of softs. That's his race probably gone at this point. 5.4 now the gap though to Alka for Razor, as Ramza now gets ahead of Evan, so he's managed to get past his teammate now, moves up into third place. That's definitely going to be helpful for Ramza now at this point, as now Evan is going to be trying to chase after Ramza now, but I don't think he's going to be able to. He's on one set of tires as well, I believe, compared to the other two now, as Ethan is going to be trying to get past now the Season 1 champion. Can he force a way through on the back straight right now? He should be able to on this fresher set of soft compound tires. Going down this back straight now, weaving a bit to try and break the toe. He's just about ahead. Evan though with the DRS. Ethan doesn't have the DRS, and he's now trying to get through on the Alfa Romeo now. Evan is actually getting ahead now of Ramza as well, so Evan's now trying to find his way back into the podium positions now. This fight I think is going to go on for quite a bit now, as we go on to the final corner now. Let's see how this goes as we cross the line now. And it's still, these three are super close right now. The 2 Lotus cars, they're doing very well in 3 and 4 right now, as Ethan is in 5th place. Losing the position to both of them. You could see that though, Algard just coming past your screens in the background there. He's your race leader. Look at how much he's struggling though, I think, on this one set of mediums. Razor now 4 seconds behind Algard. This is the race he can win right now. He lost his first opportunity in the very first race of FRIL, also known as FFR, back in Season 1 in New Zealand. But can he redeem himself here to try and manage to win this one now? 3.7 seconds the gap here. So this is going to be very tight at this rate, as Ramza now is pulling away from Evan here, his teammate of course. And Ethan is in 5th place, trying to find a way through on at least one of them probably to get a position in this race. There you can see though, Algard, that's your race leader Algard. Razor now 3.1 seconds behind. You can see now Algard and Razor in the same shot. I think those medium tires for Algard are definitely going to be showing their age at this point. So he's now going to be under pressure from Razor in about 1 or 2 laps by now. This could go to the end of this race right now, as the 2 Lotus cars now, they're going to be battling away for this 3rd place right now, as we enter the back straight right now. Ethan just about getting a bit separated from this battle, as the gap out in front though, 2.4 seconds right now. We'll keep an eye on that gap now, as we watch the 2 Lotus cars battling away. These two, of course, the top 3, and these 2 are both in the top 3 of the championship coming into this weekend. We'll see if they can hold on to that though, because Alka is going to gain points on Evan. And now the gap 2 seconds to Razor for Alka. The softs will definitely be feeling a bit worn as well, but on those on low fuel, could Razor pull something out of the bag here? Look at that, you can see how much Razor is gaining through every single corner of this track now. As we go, oh, Alga going wide off the track, definitely feeling the pressure now. The gap in front, 1.3 seconds. This is going down to the final 2 laps right now, as we come now round to the final bit, the final lap soon. But it's still gonna look like such a long way away for Algaard. If this was the last lap, I think Algaard could pull this one off. But Razor, he's got a huge opportunity to win his first race in FRIL right now. Going down the back straight right now, as Razor now trying to have a look. He's right there, side by side, coming out of the hairpin. Razor's gonna be trying to make a move round the outside. Can he make it through? Yes, he can. The McLaren driver Razor up into the lead of this race. Algaard still not gonna be giving this one up though. He's gonna be trying to fight this one back. Razor and Algaard side by side down this back straight. Can Razor pull it through? It's nothing between these two, but through the corner, Razor's soft tires just about gonna be able to give him the traction to keep ahead of Algaard, and I think Algaard's race might be done here, as Razor now is into the lead of this race, and he is your new race leader. As Ethan now is somehow up into 3rd place. The 2 Lotus cars are still battling away. They might lose out on the podium to Ethan at this rate actually, as now Razor leads by 0.3 of a second to Algaard. Algaard is definitely not over for Algaard yet, but he's got to try and keep up with those fresh soft tires. And Ethan now 10.8 seconds back with the fastest lap right now. Romza is still fighting away with his teammates, so these two will be definitely the ones to watch as well at the end of this race, as Algaard will be getting DRS and slipstream from Razor now. He will definitely be closing a little bit. 4/10 though the gap now. He's lost the 10th in that first sector. Razor's gonna be probably just bringing this one home. I think that might be it for Algaard. If he can't get the move through down this back straight right now, he's gonna be using all his battery down this straight right now. You can see Algaard with the DRS flap wide open. His ERS is deploying, but he's not going to be able to gain enough. 6/10 now the gap to Razor from Algaard now. As we make our way down to the final few corners, Razor's going to be very pleased with himself. He lost his first ever win in New Zealand on the very last lap, in the very last sector. He's going to come round the final corner now. Razor signing for McLaren in the mid-season window. He's going to cross the line and win the British Grand Prix. Algaard comes home in 2nd place for Williams. Ethan is going to come home for 3rd place in this race for Alfa Romeo. And behind though, there's Romza trying to get back ahead of ASM. ASM finishes in 4th place. And Romza and Evan will be 5th and 6th for Lotus. Nia will be coming home in 7th place, as Dom will be definitely not happy with himself in 8th place. Jerri will be coming home across the line in 9th place. As Infinity now makes his way around to finish in the points on his debut this season to score the final points paying position for the British Grand Prix. So Razor wins the British Grand Prix, followed by Algaard in 2nd, and Ethan is on the podium in 3rd with ASM in 4th for Williams. So in the Drivers' Championship, Jerri is the current championship leader on 102 points, followed by Romza in 2nd. And in the Teams' Championship, we've got AlphaTauri extending their margin to Alpine in 2nd, followed by Lotus in 3rd.